Bonjour. Kia ora everyone. My name is Moana.
Kia ora, my name is Rista. Salaam alaikum.
Kia ora, I'm LJ.
And ko Anthony ngā tukoroa rima rā.
Hey, AKA Kaukura, everyone.
Kaukura.
Hey, call it up. Kia ora, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to all of you for tuning into the KBB once again. Here we are with, what are we on? Episode 5.
Anthony Rima.
If you can't count, you're from Tangaroa. 5. Well, you know, ladies and gentlemen, just look. If you've been watching those last episodes, getting to know us a bit more, you know, we're just gonna touch base on one of those on those episodes, and we want to come back to Jay, you know, because we're talking about our jobs and what we sort of did in our outside of the band, outside of all this stuff. So I want to give the opportunity to our brother Rooster over here to sort of say, brother, what are you doing in your life, you know, in terms of mahi?
Currently just washing windows at the traffic lights.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm grateful that I'm part of a team at Manirua Intermediate School. I started off as a teacher aide, learning assistant. Took up the role as property manager, so built a lot of cool things at the school. And now not only am I supporting back as a learning assistant, but I also trying to better myself to become a qualified teacher, so studying there with the Whare Wānanga o Awanuiarangi. So yeah,
Nice.
let's go.
Bro, not bad for someone who wagged school too.
Yeah, went to
You know what?
eat my lunch.
Man, so that's awesome, brother, you know, and stuff.
Yeah.
So today, you know, ladies and gentlemen, this last episode we were talking about culture, Pacifica, Polyfest. You know, today we want to talk about music. You know, and that's like a massive topic, guys, you know, when we talk about music. But I want all of us to sort of talk about your journey, or how you started, or where you learned, where you studied it, whether you studied it or not. So just get the opportunity. Brother LJ?
Yeah, kia ora everyone. Yeah, I think for me it all started from home really. And just being surrounded by families, you know, the uncle here obviously big influence on my journey in life. But no, I started at home in the garage, like most of us Cook Islanders, and then it evolved through the rest of the community, church at Otara PIC, at school at Tangaroa College. I just feel like I've always been wrapped around music, you know, and music's been a big part of my life. And I guess the gateway though was of music was through the culture, and so learning the culture, and like drumming was a big part of it. With drumming, I was fascinated about playing the ukes, then moving across the different instruments. So yeah, and then so in that joining the Polyfest, Tangaroa Polyfest team, then the groups like Te Okio after that, Soifua, Village Polynesian, the Cabaret Boys, Paitonga Sounds, Tropical Bunch, just to name a few names. But yeah, that's my interest, and you know, I love music, and beyond music, I think it's helped me to who I am today.
Nice. Did you learn it, or did you just learn it by ear? Did you just pick up did someone show you a chord, or did you just watch it off a TV?
I think a bit of both, but a lot of it, started off by just watching, and going, man, how did he do that? And just being so fascinated. So yeah, a lot of it was just observing the musicians around me, like Uncle Jay, and there's been some household names, and I'm just lucky that I've got to rub shoulders with these guys. Ed's here. I know you know a few chords, but
jazz chords. You know the jazz chords, eh? I jazz chords. Right. Yeah.
And then along that journey, learning the different genres of music. Like I love being a part of KBBz because we play not just Cook Island music. We play a few genres, eh? And so learning that and the different techniques, it gets very technical, but I'm not that technical. I just love just observing and just learning the practical side of music. I haven't really dived into the theory side of it, so don't give me a sheet if you want me to read off a sheet of paper. But yeah, that's been what it's like.
Amazing. Look at that, guys.
Cool.
Those that are tuning in, look at that, just learning by watching, observing, hearing. That's one style of things. Brother, Ants, I know you've been in this kind of line of work for a long time. Explain to us or tell us how you started out in terms of music.
Yeah, get the pillow and the blanket ready is quite a long story, but to cut it short, musical family, everyone musically talented. My mum and my dad used to jam together. I didn't know what they were singing about, what they were playing about, but just to watch them and see their love, like, was it always there, but I never knew how to play or sing, nothing. I love listening to rap, and I used to rap. So growing up I think it was maybe when I was 15 is actually when I picked up the first guitar. And it was my brother's guitar. He used to go to work. I used to take it off the wall, play with it, try to listen to the radio, try to pick up songs, and taught myself. And I used to go over to my cousin Turoa. Used to go to his house. He used to have these pictures on the wall of guitar tab and everything. And I wondered what that meant. And when I started reading it, then I started understanding it. And that got me into the journey of reading sheet music. And from that, I got to teach music at secondary school level for 5 years, and had a lot of opportunities there, and seeing young talent come up, and many of them are still playing today, whether it was in music or sports.
Awesome,
it was
man.
just great journey there, but I still never got to do Cook Island music until came with the brothers here, KBBz. And even though this guy always denies it, but I always tell him, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be being able to play what I can play today in Cook Island music. And there's the brother Hopes. When I first joined the boys, we weren't KBBz then, but they wanted someone that could learn the bass for the band. And I used to listen to how this brother used to play at the Club Raro. I bought all the albums, Atitaki 4 albums, and that's how I started. And then from playing from there with the learning from the brothers' albums, because that's what we were playing when we first started. And then I wanted to step out a bit more, so Brother Chuck inspired me to learn more about Cook Island music until we met our dad George. When I met George, it was a whole different level, just a whole different level. We bounced off each other a lot. Him being a bass player for many years experience, me coming through Papa R style, so we sort of connected, and we had a sort of bouncing off each other, the ideas. So my background, I would say, was first gospel, and it's always gospel. My passion is gospel, Cook Island became my next baby in music, and just the opportunity to go through mains. So I know people have heard of mains. I encourage you, take it, because man, it just opens up and give you, rather than just being limited to only playing and not reading, or just reading and not playing. This will help you to open your mind, and you, man, the world's your oyster. They don't just teach you. They don't just teach you reading music. They teach you performance, confidence in what you do, and they also expose you to other musicians that's on the same journey. So I want to do a shout out to Harry Lyon for believing in me. Got to play with Hello Sailor, Dance Exponents, and Richard Marks. So yeah, thank you.
What if you can't read or play much?
Yeah.
You can be manager. You could be the manager for the band.
Tangaroa, hey.
You could be doing podcasts.
But let me take it back. What school did you end up teaching?
Oh yeah, so I went to now called the Sir Edmund Hillary Collegiate.
Yeah.
Outside of school.
Sharp, brother.
I want to do a shout out to the boys of Kingsmead. They won the Rock Quest on my last year before making the new journey into what I do now in my career. So yeah.
Awesome.
Amazing, brother. You come a long way, man. Long way, through all these genres, and I saw that you were like self-taught, like the brother. But I just want to sort of know, what else did you two teach by yourselves?
I don't know, but it sounds like while you were teaching at Hillary College, Tirimona was still a student there?
Yeah.
Still there, eh? Trying to learn how to read.
So what about you, Mona? How's music influenced you, brother?
Man, to be honest, since I started the band, I couldn't play any instrument. I couldn't play a ukulele, couldn't play a guitar, still can't play a ukulele, still can't play guitar. At the end of the day, and he goes, I just wanted to learn my bit so I can play my part in the band, because it's a team thing. I just can't just play a bass. Before it was just ukulele and bass, but then we had two instruments and not even playing. So I challenged myself with the help of the brothers just to learn a C. And ukulele was pretty much I would say the easiest way to learn, because the guitar was quite hard to play a C and an F and a G. So when you started out the band, I played the guitar when I first started. And I was learning how to play a C. I didn't even know my chords. Just learning off the boys, and the songs were in A, G, F, and C. And I was like, man, I've got so much work to do and all that stuff. So I didn't do anything during school time and stuff. It was mainly through the band. So, fast forward to today, I can teach a basic of guitar and a ukulele. Not as flash as these boys, but it's enough for me to sort of teach somebody else, hey, you don't have to be the lead, but you have to still play your part as a rhythm and add your part. So I've always sort of been that kind of team player, just play my part in the background, do my bits and pieces, but at the same time I'm learning, watching how they play and trying to improve myself on chords, so that, if you don't have a high voice like me and you're trying to sing in C, it doesn't help. But I can play it in 2 octaves lower. So you hear that? Octave. You'll learn that by the end of this session. But 2 chords down so it can suit my voice, and it's easier for me to play a ukulele. We have so many instruments, but nobody can play sitting at home. So if you're one of those ones who got a guitar at your house, ukulele, listen to what has been shared between the brothers. They taught themselves, or find somebody to help you and teach. But I'll come back to the master over there. The master of when we first started KBBz, but he's always been that guy of lead. But Jay, tell us, and I'm sure you probably have a different story than us.
No, not different. The only difference was that my parents, mum and dad, if you know mum and dad, when they sing, they don't need a PA system, they're already loud enough. Growing up at Otara PIC, surrounded by the choir with David singing, Down Man. Also the Reumatua and the Apisapatis at school, Sunday school, all that sort of stuff. Boys Brigade. And then again went to high school, got involved with Polyfest, learned a bit more of the cultural side of the music, and then just being fortunate enough to be part of KBBz Boys. Not only did it started my wanting to learn our Kokalen music, but it was something that I was really fascinated about, to the point where I just started listening to Kokalen music left, right and centre. We were birthdays, I didn't care whose birthday or wedding it was, I was just watching the bands. And as the years progressed, I was fortunate enough to hook up with our late Pops, Papa G Moika, and he was the one who started giving me all these little techniques, the what to do, what don't to do, and how to do it, teachings, and self-taught, and still today, still learning. And so music for me not only plays a big part in my life, but it plays a big part in my heart. And so you're all for the love of music, trust me, for the love of music. And I guess if you don't enjoy what you do, then I think you're just part of a show. And so, there's a saying we got, family first, and music is the bonus, and that's exactly how I feel for my music. It's my family, my community, my people first, and the music is a bonus that just keeps us all together. Now Mona was saying he learns how to go from 2 down. So Mona, if I played in G, what's 2 down?
E.
What?
E for everything, eh? If we're going in majors, E. Oh, is that E?
That's what happens when you
G,
get to college.
F, E. But if we're going half one, one half, but Jay, thank you, bro.
If you know what the answer is, please put it in the comment, because it's certainly not E.
If you're playing in G, one is 2 chords down. Okay, anyway.
G, H.
Yeah.
There's no H, bro.
I thought we were going down, under, like not up.
He's the only one that went to school.
I want to say that sometimes I reckon Mona's talking himself down. He's being humble about his music.
Always.
If you really know him like we do, we go into the studio, we're gonna start recording something. Then he's got an idea. He might not know how to play it, but he'll say it to us, and like this, and then that's me and Jay like, okay, let's start again.
Waste my time recording
put in his ideas. So yeah, maybe you're not a musician or something, or you probably feel afraid musician, but you got the idea. The man here is like one of those key ones for us. KBBz brings an idea, we try and execute it, and what we put out there for everybody is a lot of the ideas come from the brother here.
Thank you,
so
brother.
I think he puts them down, humbling himself. But I think very key part of our group, just like the rest of us. We all have that essence that sort of holds us together, and that's why 20 years plus, not many bands can say that. And we will encourage the ones that are thinking about this journey. We encourage you, go for it. If you want support, there's 4 brothers here. There's a bigger circle from us. The brothers in Melbourne, man, look at what you guys done for us right now. This podcast on. Awesome.
All right. On that note, let's hit a song. I was thinking of, Kauaia. We want to do the song, Again, this is where we learned the song from Polyfest. Came from the brother Jay, put it on the album. So I just wanted to sing this song. What chord are we in, brother? What's 2 chords down from now on?
Hey.
Hey? All of you guys know it from Tangaroa. Sing along.
Shout out to my Titania.
Alright, I hope you guys liked that and enjoyed that part. Now you know a bit about the brothers and their music journey and all that stuff. So for those of you that are tuning in, kia orana.
Kia ora.
Thank you, and hopefully next time we see you, we'll see all these little bands popping up because everyone's just trying to get in there and play all these instruments. Look again, because on this next one, with music, like the brother said, family first, music becomes the bonus. So coming around family and us being in this journey of music, playing week in, week out, week in, week out. Yeah. Family's been real massive for us. Now tell us a bit about the struggles or the blessings about having your family support, or was it hard, when you're playing away all the time and traveling away all the time away from your family. Let's just talk about that space, guys, to where we are today. So family, anyone just start in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the blessings are always enjoying the music as a whole, whether it's performing, being part of a showcase, making the people happy, adding that special feeling to the event. That's the blessing. The struggles is turning up 2 hours early to set up and then being there another 2 more hours to pack up and load up the vehicle. That's probably the struggles. But most of it's always been the blessings, and especially when around these boys and along fellow musicians, whether it's in the Cook Island music or in the mainstream music, it's always great to be in a band with like-minded people. That's always the blessing. But those are the only struggles for me. It's always a setup, because just set up by myself, just saying it quietly.
Yeah.
And the pack up, because we've just finished rocking the house for like 4 hours, and then that little bit of energy we got left just to tidy up and pack up. But everything else that has to do with music and performing, it's a true blessing, because it's not like every day, especially at our age, we still get to perform in nightclubs where everybody's like half our age, same age as our kids, and they're still cheering and clapping, which is a real blessing. So yeah, blessings upon blessings, and struggles is only little things.
Messy J, Brother Ants, what do you reckon?
Yeah, family's always a blessing. Having them behind closed doors, like your backbones. Shout out to my wife and kids that allow me to carry on the journey. But like there's so much blessing, because if you had a room of 100 people and you could just touch one person, to inspire them, to make them enjoy what you were doing, like that means a lot. And what always drives me personally is, like, I believe God can use anybody, but He's using us. He's using me at this time. He's using Brother Mona, Brother LJ, Brother J. He could use anyone else that he wanted to, and that's what I believe. And so the opportunity to do what we do, whether it's music, whether it's life, we give thanks back to Him, and that's where our blessings come from, because He provides us when we need provision. And I think the struggles would be everything away from music. It could be just mentally, spiritually, everything. But I think it only becomes a struggle if you allow it to. So if you feel weak, find where your strength comes from and go there. I think I'm going too biblical, gonna do a preaching. But
Amen,
when I look back at when I first started with KBBz, my struggle was we were about to lose my house, and I remember being on the benefit and our gigs at the time was helping to pay things, and I remember getting told that music will get you nowhere. You know, it won't put food on the table. And now we proved that wrong. Because out of that time, we got to get ourselves over the top of it. And I really thank them because they drove me. They drove me not to play for music, for money, but made me want to love what I wanted to do instead of being told what to do to make that happen. So, that was a struggle right at the beginning. And it never bothered me since. And I just thank the brothers for the opportunity of being there for me and my family, because I'll be there for them and their family when they need. So
No, bless you, brother.
Amen.
You know, like, man, I totally understand, you know, seeing you from that time. It almost felt like it was yesterday. Can feel the emotion in it too, brother. You know, I'm like, and shout out to your family. That's where KBB started at the headquarters. Sandbrook Ave, to the Rima Ra'a family. Thank you, Mata. Brother, I know before the music or before you had children, you know, and I guess the difference. What was the difference then before having children and now having children?
I think before I get into that, I just want to say a big shout out to the brother Terry Joe. I know we haven't mentioned the bro, but it'll be good to have him.
Beat drums!
So for those that don't know, before I joined the KBBz Boys, there was the brother Terry Joe, original KBBz member, part of the team. So I just want to make a big shout out to him and his family over there in Sydney. But coming back to your question, look, I was, you're just young and just wanted to just take that opportunity, absorb as much as I can, experience as much as I can. And I think I did, I look back and there's a lot that I'm grateful for. There's a lot of learnings, a lot of really good times together. But the music itself, it's pretty simple. Like when I go on stage, the crowd is the crowd, but I feel like it's who's behind me. When I go on stage, I play for my family. I play for those that are here with me today and those that are gone. And so a ritual that, I don't know if you've seen, I'm not just kissing something, but I'm kissing my uke every time I finish the gig, because I always want to think that the blessing of the talent that's been bestowed upon me, and the blessing of the talent is not to, we can't just be, what's the word, don't just take it for granted, so don't take what you've been blessed for granted. And so part of me wanting to be a part of this discussion, what we're doing is a part of that. Don't let the experience of KBBz and us as brothers, and the brotherhood and the music and the family and the fellowship and the performances be taken for granted. And so I think in music, for me, it's always been more than music. Music is family. Music is it's a lifestyle. There's a lot of struggles, and I know then coming into having children that going away from home, all of us experience that. It's not a nice feeling. On the other hand, you're like partying it up. You're experiencing these things and flying on planes and eating well and meeting people, etc. And yet your family are at home, just wishing you were there with them. So the struggle of being away from family is one that has always tested me as well. But I think open dialogue and with your partner, and especially with the kids, I always say to my kids, man, I can't wait to play in front of you. I can't wait till I get to play for you. And so one of the greatest memories I have is actually having my boy Pepe on the stage with me playing. And I know for Uncle Jay, it was, I've seen Jay Lamont be on stage with us. And I can't wait till, we continue to play with Anthony's boys. And I know one of the kids have always been with us as well. So wherever we go, we take our children, we take our families. But yeah, and now it's their time. Now it's their time. So you'll see through some of our reels and things that are coming out that we want to share. One of my proudest moments, and you didn't see me crying behind the screen, but my son actually really wanted to learn the song Takatupuanga. And in the very most recent reel, he went away. Like, I only showed him a few things, but I just heard this little boy playing in the room by himself.
Every now and then.
And I didn't teach him. I showed him a few things, but he went away and he did it himself. And I think when you get to that part, then what we did over these years actually means something. It actually means something greater than us. So there's a purpose to it. So yeah, when my boy Tongia played Takatupuanga, man, I was so proud. And when actually the 10, 20 years of me being involved in music actually meant something. So yeah.
Oh, blessings upon blessings, brothers. To sort of wrap all your fellows things up and stuff. And I know Jay's always been the lead for us, always sort of setting up and everything for us. His time, how I see it, his time away from his family, so much. He's gone all day, back home at night, and I always sort of feel for the brother. Probably getting a growling from Mama at the back, but he's doing it for the people that we played for, and he's doing it for us as a group. So much love, brother, and your work doesn't go unnoticed, and we always know that you're always there first, and we just come play our bit. So, but we're getting older now. So the brother, because you've gone through so much through this, but end of it was the family. Family was the one that kept you together. And to the brother, I always sort of feel for you, because your family's moved across the ditch, and that's even more harder, sort of not being there for your family and stuff. If there was one thing that I had to give up, it was either the music, the band, or everything else. And I remember this, and my wife always reminds me all the time. So she said, "You choose. It's the family or the band." And because I was hardly home, trying to think I was like scientist or like the best player in the world, but my time away from my family, especially when Tana was born and he was only young, there was no time there as a dad. Always at the gig, always at the gig, always at the gig, always at the gig. So I gave up everything to stay with the band. So I was committed to saying, there's one thing I want to give up, I'll give everything up, but I'll keep the band. Just to get us some nappy money and some bread money and that stuff. But by making a choice like that was choosing family or choosing the band over everything else. And then fast forward to where we are today, we weren't as young as we were before. We weren't chasing the music and all that stuff. Now we are turning things around. So when we come back to music and family, we started out like this as musicians. We travelled, we did so much every weekend, but now we're coming back to the other way around. We are family first, and if we ever get a chance to play for you guys out there, we're always looking forward to catching up as brothers, because that's our only catch-up time now, because we've decided to go more family, and the music is always the blessing. When we get together, it's just like yesterday. When we jam and we play for your functions, I hope you guys can comment and say, "Oh man, we really appreciate praying for our functions." I hope you do, because we hardly get together and we hardly practice and all that stuff. Not like when we were younger, in our younger days. It's family first, music's a blessing. On that note, guys, just thank you for all of you that have been tuning in, listening to all our stories. I hope that if you're ever in this line of work, because we know it is a tough road to be a part of. If you ever want to be a musician, a rock star, and add all those things, family does get affected, and you can struggle, and you're on the fine line of trying to find the balance. So once again, this is just what we learn as KBBz boys. This is how we learn through life, and so just want to give it back to our Cook Island people and anybody else that is tuning in. If you ever want to head this road, just find the fine balance of family and work and music. Once again, we'll have to finish on that. You guys can choose a song.
Choose a song.
Anthony,
Alright.
what's a good song that will suit this podcast today? For those of you that have never gone back home to your home island, one day. KBB, yo. Till then, see you next time. Au revoir.